Carlton's been very good. Off one step and up and under though. Betts flew early. Mumford couldn't quite, and then Enright. Well done, Mackie to Ablett, but they're not going to mind Ablett getting the ball in the back half, and that's where he's got a lot of the ball tonight.
Bounces one up towards the wing. Ling, a hand pass across it to Nace. Going to ground, Robinson. Coming through, Judd. Going nowhere, tackled from on the ground by Ling. Great effort by Cameron Ling. Been a tough contest, but I'm sure a lot of respect between that pair. Mumford. Bartell back to the big guy. Mackie inside the forward 50. Bauer, that was a difficult ball to mark. Bounces off his chest. Wiggins, Thornton takes something off the kick. Mumford goes up. Takes a strong mark. Need more of that. Short one on the lead rook. 55 metres out. Wheels around. Johnson's on the move. That kick does him no favours. Behind it's fisted by Bauer. Stevens been quiet tonight. Left the ball behind. Coming through was Hogan on his knees. Mooney to Johnson. No way through. He threw the footy. Advantage is paid.
Still in tight quarters for Carlton. Now they find some space, and Robinson kicks wildly into the forward 50. Corey mops up. So Carlton still hasn't delivered the killer blow. Geelong with a chance.
Okay,
but Corey run down. Well done, Carazzo. And then Carazzo to Fav. Oh, couldn't hold it. They haven't put the Cats away just yet. They probably should have, and they haven't quite got them yet. One more goal, you reckon, and Carlton will be home. Cruiser, Mumford, Hadley, Betts. Corey waits for the bounce. Back to Selwood, back to Bartell.
Enright now. They need some dash out of here. Bartell. Ling is on. Meters in the clear. No sign of Chris Judd. Ling goes beyond the wing to Mackie. It's all one-on-one inside the forward 50. Stevens is getting back to offer the odd number. If Mackie goes across, he plays into the hands of Stevens. Stevens in front, knocked it down. Good enough. Sliding in Cruiser. Cruiser nudges the ball. There's Stevens. Over the top. It's dug out of there by Hawkins. Eventually pinballed around in there. A throw is called. It's going to be a Carlton free. It'll go to Houlihan. Well, that was interesting. He went back to the corridor, but Geelong was short a player in that area. Gibbs runs hard. Betts is on for the short one, running even harder. Well, that's the last place he needed to put it. Harley thumps it forward.
And then Enright cleverly pushes it back to Varco. Johnson still working hard. Caught, gone. Well, Russell's had about as good a night as he's ever had, I reckon.
Yeah. That's a half a dozen times that Steve Johnson's tried to do too much with the footy. We know that he's brilliant with it, but the Carlton pressure's got him most of the time this evening.
Here's how quick Gillies is, Dennis. You asked the question.
Yeah.
Running hard, probably too hard in a way. Stokes' little shove was terrific, then gets a high one.
He did that well to actually shrug who was the tackler, Thornton? Yeah. The Houlihan, to shrug Houlihan's arm up over his shoulder. You can see the first tackle contact was actually pretty low, and then he shrugged the tackle up high. It's good play.
It's the buckling the knees, isn't it? Make sure you just drop a foot in height in one step.
So Stokes, gee whiz. 16 goals, 5 from set shots before that this season. Carlton keep turning the ball over, but Geelong are not making them pay for it.
Nick Stevens in the back pocket. 12 and a half minutes to go. Nick Stevens a little indecisive. Ablett. Burns. Ablett argues. Burns meantime goes in and kicks a goal. No, it's out of bounds, is it?
Out of bounds.
We're going to have a conference, ladies and gentlemen.
It's out of bounds. Okay, yeah. Just come in. So the ball was clearly out.
The ball was clearly out of bounds before the play.
Okay, so it's a throw in. Yeah, no worries.
You have a call.
Okay, make sure they're in position.
consultation, and that's good umpiring by umpire Stevic, just waiting for the players who were a little confused. I'm not sure that was definitive. Out of there by Stevens, kicks to the defensive 50 to Nace, had to go down for the football, battling hard in there. Joel Corey, well controlled by Scotland, tries to flick it across to Walker, crashing the pack as only he can. Selwood comes wide, Milburn run down by Simpson, led by Simpson. Trip is paid. The umpire closest to it didn't pay it. Short one, Mumford's got it, smothered off the boot, wanders down towards the pocket. Scotland will a fumble, aided Carlton, took the heat off Thornton, and he comes across to Stevens.
To Murphy. Got to say that ball didn't look out the second time we saw it, did it? I know we're backtracking a minute or two.
I think Nick Stevens was pretty happy for that call. He almost gave them a goal.
Yes.
Murphy to Walker. So Carlton are going to be so careful not to be pinged in their back half of the moment. That's what's happening. Playing like a nervous team, Carlton. They're leading by 3, but Geelong just can't do any damage on the board at the moment. Selwood kicks to 50. Hawkins, big stretch. Not quite. Thornton to Stevens. And he's got to hang on to it for a bit, and he brings it back cleverly to Judd. Judd's been magnificent. Hadley to Carrazzo. Fev takes off now. Well played. And again, Judd, when someone had to do something clever.
Well, it was just the... let's have a look at this. It's hard to tell from that angle. The boundary umpire was only 5 metres, so he had the good view. But there's been a little bit of nervousness out there in terms of the tension by Carlton. Their desperation has been fantastic. Their composure under pressure has just been a little shaky.
Who better to have the ball such a long way from goal? Is it coming back? No. So he's had a lot of shots tonight, Fev. He's kicked 2. Well, plenty of time for Geelong, but where are they going to get 3 goals from?
Good question.
Considering they've only kicked 8 tonight. Mackie, the target is Hawkins, thumped away by Joseph. On the ground, Gibbs. Hadley just jabs it forward. Stevens right on the 50. Nick Stevens coming up for his 19th possession. Play-on's the call. Stevens, a little 1-2 perhaps. Joseph's got it now on the 50. Goes long. Has it got the carry? Goal!
It was pretty courageous, I think, then by Stevens. He messed up playing on from a set kick in the back pocket, but here he just was able to release Joseph into place to have that long 50 metres. Really good shepherding on the line by O'Halpin. He's been important for Carlton, O'Halpin. He just gives that extra big body in their forward half, and this is a really nice lead. They're going very strong, Carlton.
So Joseph gets just his 2nd goal in his career. His other one was at the Gold Coast. Here's Milburn. So that's a sorry sign. He's done a great job tonight, Darren Milburn. Hurt his foot. So Wojcinski with an ankle, Milburn with a foot. Just not be Geelong's year. He just haven't been able to get their best team out there at any stage, have they?
We know that they're so reliant on their solid defence, and that's been compromised in the last couple of weeks, and it's been shown up tonight.
Ablett working towards Mackie, ripped off him. Hadley taking Ling on and doing it well. And now Houlihan. And the Blues now charging away. Simpson has been so effective. And with his 3 goals, Stevens, well, gets around too easily. He's almost within range, but he hooked it.
The easy thing to do with this performance is to pin it all on Geelong as well. Carlton press has been fantastic. They've performed and played a lot better than they have the last 5 weeks. If they win this, it's 5 wins out of 6 games. No matter who you play, that sounds pretty good.
And unbelievably, they're a top 4 chance, to be honest. I mean, they'll be right up there by tonight.
Stevens applied a good tackle. As a result, forced the